Guys, can you tell me, can all of you hear me clearly?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Okay, बिल्कुल सही आवाज आ रही है. Because last time I think Hamza was saying कि आवाज नहीं आ रही. इस वक्त clear है?
जी मिस क्लियर है.
अच्छा, okay, thank you. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so this was what we did last time. And if I just show you the diagram, this will maybe enable you to recap what we did last time, right? About how the synapses function, what is the role of synapses, how electrical transmission occurs across synapses by means of conversion of one chemical signal to the electrical signal, right? I hope there is no confusion in the understanding of this process. If there is, please let me know. Otherwise, then I'll move forward. Anybody who has a query in this question, in this topic? Okay, if there is no query, then I will just show you some diagrams, okay? On the slide over here, you can see a presynaptic terminal, okay? And a postsynaptic terminal. Anas, can you tell me what is the main difference that you can see in the diagram over here between the pre and the postsynaptic terminal? And why did I say that the upper one is the pre and the lower one is the post? Yes, Anas?
Means in the presynaptic term, we can see that there are many vesicles, and in the post
There
one
are
there is
many.
not.
Yes. So the way you will identify in exams, basically this diagram that is shown to you is that of an electron micrograph of a synapse, right? Uh, why electron micrograph? Because you can actually see organelles very, very clearly. Okay. So then you will be asked to figure out which one is the pre and which one is the post. This one is the pre because you can see so many tiny synaptic vesicles, right? Whereas, of course, you can also see some mitochondria over here, and you can see mitochondria over here as well, right? For example, I think these ones are the mitochondria. Yes, these ones. Okay. The mitochondria over here and the mitochondria over here as well. But there are no synaptic vesicles in the post. Why there are no synaptic vesicles? Because that's the main function of the postsynaptic. Again, this was the diagram that I had shown you that day. And you can see this is the presynaptic terminal, right? In which you can see so many tiny synaptic vesicles that carry the neurotransmitter. And then you can see the mitochondria, right? Of course, there is a difference in the size of the mitochondria and the vesicles. Vesicles are very tiny, mitochondria are larger. Whereas you won't see any vesicle on the postsynaptic terminal, right? So this is uh, one way by means of which you can identify. Then I can show you another diagram, right? This is a clearer picture. Again, it's a high magnification electron micrograph of a typical synapse in the brain. It's the synapse in the brain, right? Clear, round synaptic vesicles are abundant in the presynaptic terminal. Some are clustered near the presynaptic membrane in the areas known as the active zone, right? The postsynaptic membrane exhibits electron densities at two such zones, which are shown by means of arrows. You're not supposed to remember all this. ये आपको सिर्फ ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि this is your membrane. तो membrane वही जगह है ना जहाँ पे where exocytosis, like for example, where this transmission will happen, right? So that's the active region. And yes, you can see those large mitochondria. Mitochondria can be seen in the post as well as in the pre. लेकिन जो चीज with the starking feature, the hallmark of the presynaptic terminal is that you will see lots of these synaptic vesicles. Acha, why are mitochondria found in both pre and post synaptic areas? Because they provide ATP to meet the high energy demands of the synaptic transmission, right? Because for exocytosis, we need energy, and we also need energy to uh, convert that chemical signal into an electrical signal, right? So we need energy on both sides, on the pre as well as on the post synaptic terminal. This is a colored electron micrograph. Okay. इस तरह की भी आपको पिक्चर दिखा सकते हैं, right? It's a better picture in which you see presynaptic terminal, lots of vesicles, then you have your mitochondria, ठीक है? And postsynaptic vesicle, right? And you can say that this is the active zone, the active zone, because this is the place where the pre and the postsynaptic terminal are actually communicating with each other. You can see they're not physically touching each other, but this is the active area. Okay, mitochondria are required here and as well as here.
Miss, what is the use of ATP in the postsynaptic membrane, because there are no vesicles present in it?
What is the use of ATP in the postsynaptic vesicles? There are many membrane pumps also, right, which are found on the postsynaptic membrane, for which ATP is required in order to power those pumps, right?
Okay.
Is this clear? Is this clear, Rinal?
Yes, miss.
And then there are other processes also for which energy is required. We'll do that. So this process we've already done. Last time the synapse which we did was the cholinergic synapse. Okay. Basically, of course, हमने आपको synapse की हर detail तो नहीं बताई है, but just let me give you an idea about synapses. We all know that synapses are communications between two neurons, right? It's a link between two neurons, right? Now, synapses can be electrical, they can be chemical, थोड़ा सा मैं आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए बता रही हूँ, or they can be neuromuscular junctions also, which is a special kind of the synapse which we will do. Okay, this is a special synapse. अच्छा, in your syllabus this is not included. ये जो synapses होते हैं ये खास जगहों पे होते हैं, example your heart. We will not be doing this, right? Whereas in your syllabus these two synapses are included, the chemical synapse and the neuromuscular junction. Chemical may be the only synapse that we do with you is the cholinergic synapse. And why do we call it cholinergic? Because it is associated with the release of acetylcholine as a neurotransmitter. There are other neurotransmitters also which are GABA and which are serotonin, dopamine, glutamine, different kinds of amino acids. Okay? These are all the different kinds of neurotransmitters, और फिर जाहिर है जिस तरह का neurotransmitter होगा, it will have a different synapse, right? Acetylcholine or cholinergic synapses have different kinds of functions to perform. Whereas synapses where GABA will be released, or serotonin or dopamine or glutamine, there will be different synapses. ठीक है? इसी तरह से with the various drugs, जो ये drug addicts जो होते हैं, the various kinds of drugs that they use, it affects the way the synapses function in your body. For example, there are special nicotine receptors inside your brain. अच्छा, ये जो आपके ओपियम ड्रग्स होते हैं, ओपियोइड, हेरोइन एंड ऑल, ये किस तरह से एक्ट करते हैं? बिकॉज यू हैव ओपियोइड रिसेप्टर्स इन योर ब्रेन. So this means that for every chemical, there is a certain receptor inside your brain, and that is especially in case of drugs, when a person is using those drugs, how are those drugs affecting your whole nervous system is how they actually affect the synaptic transmission. तो वो उसके उस खास synapse पे ही affect करता है, right? But in the syllabus that we are doing right now, we'll be only covering cholinergic synapse, right? हम सिर्फ cholinergic ही करेंगे. Yes, we will also do neuromuscular junction. This will be done in detail, but this will only be done when I'm done with the structure of the muscle. वो अभी हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम ये बाद में करेंगे, right? We had finished all this. I just want to spend more time on the last part of how the acetylcholine is actually released. थोड़ा सा मैं इसको, I'll just recap it. You know that the cell surface membrane of the postsynaptic membrane contains many receptor proteins whose shape is complementary to the shape of the neurotransmitter, right? In fact, ये इस तरह से है कि जैसे for example, this is your presynaptic membrane. Let's say this is your presynaptic membrane and this is your postsynaptic membrane, right? You have these receptor proteins on the postsynaptic membrane, right? And we have these tiny molecules of acetylcholine in the cleft, right? And now these tiny molecules want to bind to these receptors. So this is what you need to understand, that part of this receptor protein has a complementary shape to part of the acetylcholine molecule, so that the acetylcholine can temporarily bind with the receptors. This is a very essential concept for you to remember. ठीक है? This receptor protein we are talking about, इसका जो shape है, ठीक है, this one is part of this, not the whole thing of it. Part of this is complementary to part of the acetylcholine molecule, so that the acetylcholine can temporarily bind. Yes, Muiz, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
अच्छा, Muiz, आप बताओ कि why have I, or why do I think that this word temporarily is important? Why have I highlighted it?
Miss, if it's not temporary, I think if it will bind indefinitely, then the receptor will not be able to be reused again.
Yes, you're in a way, you're close to the answer. If the acetylcholine binds permanently to this receptor, then आपका जवाब ये होना चाहिए, it will cause continuous depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane, which is, we don't want this. ठीक है? हमें करना क्या है? The presynaptic membrane, we have to communicate the pre and the postsynaptic membrane, right? When the action potential arrived at the presynaptic membrane, when a nerve impulse arrived, it depolarized the presynaptic membrane. But we also want the postsynaptic membrane to be depolarized. Directly current pass नहीं हो सकता, तो हम इसको इस chemical transmission के through pass कर रहे हैं, right? By converting a chemical signal into an electrical signal. जैसे ही वो chemical signal electrical signal में convert होता है, we don't want the postsynaptic membrane to be continuously depolarized. ठीक है? ये है इसकी वजह. Please note it down. That the acetylcholine should bind to the postsynaptic membrane in such a manner that it should not continuously bind to it, so that The postsynaptic membrane does not depolarize indefinitely, because if it does so, it is going to harm your central nervous system activity. ठीक है? Last time I had told you कि जैसे ही ये bind करेगा, एक तो ये इसलिए bind करेगा कि इनका shape complementary है, and then it will also, this binding will change the shape of the proteins. कौन से वाले proteins? The channel proteins, जिनका shape जब change होगा तो वो खुल जाएंगे, right? The channel proteins, and they will allow the sodium ions to pass and diffuse into the cytoplasm of the postsynaptic neuron and depolarize the membrane. यानी कि हो क्या रहा है कि these receptors जो आपको यहाँ नजर आ रहे हैं, इनके दो काम होगा, इसका मतलब तो ये है, they are serving as a binding site for acetylcholine and they are also serving as a channel for the movement of sodium ions. समझ आ रही है बात? इसका सही समझ आएगा when you look at this diagram. I'll show you one diagram. Yes, this is the diagram. This actually gives you an idea about, अब ये रहा आपका वो membrane protein, right? This membrane protein has many parts. This is a part, this is also a part, and this is also a part, right? And you can see that there are some parts which are acetylcholine binding, and then there are some parts which are behaving as a channel or as a gate. जैसे यहाँ पे आपको जो लिखा हुआ है, these are the parts which will bind to acetylcholine, right? जैसे ही ये bind होंगे, the shape of this protein will change. Okay. Now, if the shape is changing, what will happen? It will open up the gate and allow the sodium ions to pass. Okay. जैसे ही sodium ions अंदर आएंगे, we will say that the postsynaptic membrane will be depolarized. See, these are the acetylcholine binding sites. This is also an acetylcholine binding site. This is the channel. ये बिल्कुल इस तरह से function कर रहा है. If you remember, कौन बताएगा मुझे? We have done a similar kind of a membrane protein in a previous chapter, which was functioning as a receptor molecule also. It was changing the shape and it was allowing the movement of certain ions. Yes, कुछ याद आ रहा है? A2 में ही किया है. Who remembers? Anas?
मिस इंसुलिन में GLUT4.
GLUT4 भी किया था, सही है. But before that, बहुत पहले.
मिस ADH in the wall of the collecting duct.
ADH भी है, yes. ATP synthase याद है?
जी मिस.
ATP synthase बिल्कुल इसी तरह से फंक्शन कर रहा है कि ATP जो synthase है ना, it is changing shape also, right? और उसके shape के change होने की वजह से ATP is being synthesized, तो बहुत सारे काम कर रहा है और उसका एक part channel proteins की तरह भी काम कर रहा है. याद है इस तरह से था? For example, if this was your membrane, so this is your ATP synthase, right? ये इसका part जो है ये channel की तरह काम कर रहा है, ये जो part है ये shape change कर रहा है. अब याद आया?
जी मिस आ गया.
Right? So this protein, this membrane protein, which is ATP synthase, is very similar to this membrane protein, which is required for the synaptic transmission. जिसमें के a part of this membrane protein is functioning as a binding site, ठीक है? And a part of this protein will function as a gateway for the movement of sodium ions. So this is how they function, ठीक है? That's I actually wanted all of you to look at this picture ताकि आपके दिमाग में एक imagination बन जाए कि ये receptors काम कैसे करते हैं, right?
Miss, was that picture showing depolarization?
हाँ, basically this picture.
Yeah.
हाँ, this picture is instead of ये मैं नहीं कह सकती कि it's showing depolarization. हाँ, नजर आ रहा है कि depolarization हो रही है, लेकिन basically this picture is meant to show you how the receptor looks like. ये किस तरह कैसे मतलब ये अपना काम करता है. How is the acetylcholine binding site different from the other parts? हम कहते हैं ना, हम देखो दो चीजें कहते हैं. हम कहते हैं कि this is a receptor. हम आपको इस receptor के बारे में यहाँ बता रहे हैं, right? ये पूरा ये रिसेप्टर है, राइट? ये भी रिसेप्टर है, ठीक है? ये पूरा रिसेप्टर है जो कि मेम्ब्रेन पे लगा हुआ है। और किसके मेम्ब्रेन पे लगा हुआ है? पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन पे लगा हुआ है। अब हम दो बातें कह रहे हैं इसके रिसेप्टर के बारे में। वी आर सेइंग इट्स एक्टिंग एज अ बाइंडिंग साइट आल्सो फॉर एसिटाइलकोलिन एंड इट्स चेंजिंग शेप आल्सो। और फिर वो इट्स आल्सो अलाउइंग द सोडियम आयंस टू मूव इनसाइड, ठीक है? तो इन सारी चीजों का क्या मतलब हुआ कि ये बाइंडिंग साइट भी कर रहा है, ये सोडियम आयंस को भी अंदर आने दे रहा है, तो किस तरह से? दैट्स व्हाई आई हैड टू शो यू दिस डायग्राम, ठीक है? अब आपको समझ आएगा कि ये होता कैसे है। दिस इज द योर एंटायर रिसेप्टर जो कि यहाँ पे लगा हुआ है इस फॉस्फोलिपिड बाइलेयर पे, राइट? एंड दिस फॉस्फोलिपिड बाइलेयर इज योर, हम जो इस फॉस्फोलिपिड बाइलेयर की बात करें, दिस इज योर पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन, उस पे ये लगा हुआ है, ठीक है? एज स्टेप वाइज क्या हो रहा है? स्टेप 1 इज योर एसिटाइलकोलिन इज गोइंग टू गेट बाइंड टू द रिसेप्टर, ठीक है? व्हिच विल चेंज द शेप. As soon as it changes, the shape is changed, it will open up the gate. When the gate is opened up, sodium ions will move inside, जो कि आपको नजर आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? And sodium ions के अंदर आने का मतलब ही यही है कि the membrane, which is in this case the postsynaptic membrane, it has been depolarized. Renard, is this clear?
Yes, miss.
ठीक है? अब आपको now see when you read this description, मैं आपको पीछे ले जाती हूँ description पे, then it will make more sense to you. क्योंकि उस वक्त सिर्फ जो है ना, yes, now try to read this. This will make now more sense.
मिस,
Yes, बेटा.
यहाँ पे जब हम कह रहे हैं कि इट ओनली टेम्परेरीली बाइंड्स, तो यहाँ पे कुछ कोई चीज़ है क्या जो एसिटाइलकोलिन को ब्रेक डाउन कर देगी?
बिल्कुल करेगी. अभी वही हम आगे इसी पे ही आ रहे हैं. Right? There is a mechanism by means of which acetylcholine will be broken down. That is why, very good, Anas, that it is mentioned that acetylcholine will only temporarily bind to the receptors. Right? And that procedure or that change is actually the presence of an enzyme. ठीक है? अच्छा. हाँ ठीक है, इस स्लाइड पे लिखा हुआ है एंजाइम का नाम. इससे पहले कि हम एंजाइम करें, लेट्स फर्स्ट क्विकली डू दिस के दीज चैनल्स, इससे पहले हम व्हेनेवर वी वर डूइंग एक्शन पोटेंशियल तो हम हमेशा कहते थे दीज आर वोल्टेज गेटेड सोडियम चैनल, वोल्टेज गेटेड. ये बात बार मैंने रिपीट की है, राइट? बट नाउ ये जो चैनल पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन पे लगे हुए हैं, दे आर केमिकली गेटेड बिकॉज दे विल ओनली ओपन व्हेन देयर इज द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द केमिकल इन द synaptic cleft, ठीक है? So these sodium channels which are found on the postsynaptic membrane are chemically gated, right? Because they will only open in response to the presence of acetylcholine in the cleft. अच्छा, अब इसके बाद क्या होगा? Acetylcholine is recycled to prevent excessive depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. ठीक है? एक चीज याद रखनी है कि we can never have a constantly high level of acetylcholine in the synaptic cleft. It is a must. It's a life-saving thing. It's necessary for our life to recycle excessive acetylcholine. Why? आपका जवाब ही यही होना चाहिए. Your answer should be to prevent excessive depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. हम ये नहीं चाहते, right? So for that reason, the cleft, ये जो आपकी छोटी सी synaptic cleft है, it contains an enzyme, okay? And the name of this enzyme is acetylcholinesterase. In fact, इसकी spelling इसमें सही नहीं है, acetylcholinesterase. There's an A over here, right? Sorry, cholinesterase. Yes, acetylcholinesterase, which catalyzes the hydrolysis of acetylcholine into acetate and choline. So this enzyme is found in the cleft only. उसका काम क्या है कि it will break down acetylcholine into acetate and choline. You need to remember this reaction. ठीक है? Okay, so the enzyme acetyl will break down acetylcholine into acetate and choline. So this is the way by means of which acetylcholine will be recycled. And let me tell you another thing. There's one more point. Yes, and that point is that the choline, okay, this choline, please remember this, it is taken back into the presynaptic neuron. Where it will combine with acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A कब हमने किया था?
मिस रेस्पिरेशन लिंक रिएक्शन
रेस्पिरेशन में, बिल्कुल रेस्पिरेशन में किया था, लिंक रिएक्शन में. सो कोलिन जो है will be carried into the presynaptic terminal. दोबारा से पीछे चला जाएगा, where it will combine with acetyl coenzyme A to form acetylcholine. Sorry, the way to write the abbreviation is that you will write capital A, capital C, and H. This is how you write the abbreviation for acetylcholine. So choline will be taken back into the presynaptic neuron, where it will combine with acetyl coenzyme A to form acetylcholine once more. So this is how we can say it is recycled. Now what will happen? अब क्या होगा? The acetylcholine will be transported into the presynaptic vesicles, ready for the next action potential. ठीक है? तो first of all, we wanted to break acetylcholine into acetate and choline by means of the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. And why did we want to do this? Because we did not want constant depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. हमने इसको break कर दिया. अब हम इसका क्या करेंगे choline का? We will take choline back into the presynaptic terminal, where it will combine with acetyl coenzyme A to again form acetylcholine. And then ये acetylcholine अब बन तो गया है. Now it will be packed into the vesicles, right? It will be transported into the presynaptic vesicles, ready for the next action potential. And if we note down the time that is taken for the synaptic transmission to occur, यानी कि अगर हम इस तरह से टाइम लें कि प्री साइनेप्टिक से लेकर पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक तक, how much time is taken, including the arrival of the impulse at the presynaptic, the formation of the vesicles, the movement of the vesicles, the exocytosis, and then the conversion of the chemical into the electrical signal. इस सबको अगर हम, if we take into account, then the time that is taken for this synaptic transmission total is about 5 to 10 milliseconds. So synaptic transmission is also very fast, right? 5 to 10 milliseconds. Okay, now I have to tell you something about the neurotoxins. कभी किसी ने ये word सुना है, neurotoxins? Yes, Yusuf. Yusuf, are you there? Yes, there are various toxins. Now, this is another topic. It's a subtopic for today because whenever we do synapses with students, we always cover the topic neurotoxins, जो आपकी textbook में नहीं दिया हुआ है because I don't know क्यों नहीं दिया हुआ है, but otherwise they have a very important role as far as synaptic transmission is concerned. These toxins are neurotoxins because they are going to affect the way the synapses work. ठीक है? अब आपको 3-4 टॉक्सिन्स की मैं एग्जांपल्स दे रही हूँ. इफ यू वांट यू कैन नोट देम डाउन और अदरवाइज ये सेशन रिकॉर्ड भी हो रहा है. यू कैन लिसन टू द रिकॉर्डिंग. एग्जांपल इज अ बोट्यूलिन टॉक्सिन. ठीक है? देयर इज अ बैक्टीरियम known as Clostridium botulinum. ये एक बैक्टीरिया होता है, right? And it produces a very deadly toxin. The name of that toxin is botulin toxin. ठीक है? What does it do? It can kill a person. In fact, ये जो मैंने इतना बड़ा से लिखा हुआ है कि 1 pound of this toxin, 1 pound, can kill 6 billion people, right? Where do we find it? This bacteria is found in the wounds or improperly canned food. कभी-कभी आपने सुना होगा कि फला जगह से किसी ने खाना खाया, especially, you know, I still remember there was this restaurant. किसको याद है जो I think 1 साल हो गया इस बात को या कुछ महीने हो गए, like before the COVID started. Does anybody remember a name of a restaurant which was sealed in Karachi, in which there was a family who had eaten food and they died very soon after eating? They were
Miss,
put
I
on a
think it was
ventilator.
Karachi case.
No, it was Arizona. Right? It was Arizona. And basically what happens is कि especially those restaurants जिसमें के जो है ना imported items use होते हैं and in the form of canned foods, जैसे sauces and all. These canned foods can become contaminated by this toxin. And if they do, and if we consume such kind of food, it can result in instant respiratory paralysis. Why respiratory paralysis? जब हम देखते हैं ना कि किसी की instant death हो गई है, वो ventilator पे चला गया, this means that it's a very powerful neurotoxin that had affected their synaptic transmission. क्या करता है ये? This toxin, now you can see I'm zooming into it. It's a very interesting topic. This toxin prevents the fusion of vesicles with the presynaptic membrane, inhibiting the release of neurotransmitter acetylcholine, so it leads to muscle paralysis. अब गौर से सुनो ये क्या करता है? It prevents the fusion of the vesicles with the presynaptic membrane. ठीक है? यानी कि सारे vesicles presynaptic में उनको फ्यूज होना है ना? फ्यूज होंगे तो वो अपना एक्सोसाइटोसिस से रिलीज करेंगे acetylcholine. Now it is preventing this effect. If this effect is inhibited, then this means no acetylcholine will be released. ठीक है? अब आपके पास acetylcholine ही नहीं है तो your muscles will not work and you will die of muscle paralysis. और सबसे important muscle जो है वो हमारे breathing muscles हैं, right? Our respiratory muscles. If they are paralyzed, we are not able to breathe and we will die, right? So this is how it kills. So that is why we say that this toxin is a neurotoxin because it affects synaptic transmission. ना सिर्फ ये कैंड फूड में होता है बल्कि ये जिसे लिखा है ना इन वुंड्स, तो विच काइंड ऑफ वुंड्स? द वॉर वुंड्स, यानी जो जंगों में जो वुंड्स होते हैं ना, एक्सट्रीमली यू नो कंटामिनेटेड वुंड्स, बहुत बुरे किस्म के, उसमें ये हो सकता है. देन योर इंसेक्टिसाइड, जो मॉर्टीन यूज करते हैं ना, मॉर्टीन स्प्रेज एंड एवरी इंसेक्टिसाइड दैट वी यूज, कैसे काम करता है? All insecticides, majority of them, they cause inhibition of the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. Beena, are you there? Beena Nasir.
Yes, miss.
अच्छा, Beena, आप मुझे बताओ. You know now how synaptic transmission occurs and you know the function of acetylcholinesterase. What will happen if this enzyme is blocked?
Miss, excessive depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane.
ठीक है, excessive depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. इसकी वजह से initially ये होता है कि depolarization की वजह से first the muscle will get immense power. There'll be too much contraction, muscle cramps, twitchings, और फिर contract कर के the muscle will be exhausted. All ATP stores will be finished and then this will be followed by paralysis. तो आपका इस तरह का question आ सकता है. What will happen if the action of the enzyme acetylcholinesterase is inhibited? Excessive depolarization of the postsynaptic membrane. leading to excessive muscular contraction, twitchings, and finally followed by paralysis. Yes, this is the disease that you did in AS. AS में आपने ये किया था ना? Read this portion of myasthenia gravis, and I'm going to ask you. Ashir Rahim, are you in the class? Ashir? Okay, Fatma? Taha Azam? लग रहा है सारी क्लास जो है ना वो इस वक्त सो रही है. मिनाल फैसल?
Yes, miss.
Yes, Minal, what did you understand by this? This is not something new. Myasthenia gravis mein, what's the role of this acetylcholine receptor? You can see on the screen, Minal. Okay, Anas, बेटा आप बताओ.
मिस आप अपना सवाल रिपीट कर देंगी?
Myasthenia gravis में क्या होता है?
अच्छा मिस जो एसिटाइलकोलिन प्रोटीन के एसिटाइलकोलिन रिसेप्टर्स जो होते हैं पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन पे दे आर डिस्ट्रॉयड बाय द एंटीबॉडीज ड्यू टू एन ऑटोइम्यून रिस्पांस जिसकी वजह से व्हेन दे आर डिस्ट्रॉयड या दे आर no longer complementary to the acetylcholine, so no nerve impulses pass and the nerve impulses get blocked, so the muscle does not contract or is not stimulated.
Exactly. So we can say that myasthenia gravis is also a disease which affects synaptic transmission, right? Because the problem in myasthenia gravis is that the antibodies against this acetylcholine receptor are formed. अब क्यों एंटीबॉडीज बनते हैं वो तो एक अलग कहानी है, बट बेसिकली एंटीबॉडीज अगेंस्ट द एसिटाइलकोलिन रिसेप्टर ऑन द पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन. तो जब आपके पोस्ट साइनेप्टिक मेम्ब्रेन पे आपने रिसेप्टर को ब्लॉक कर दिया है, सो ऑफ कोर्स ट्रांसमिशन विल नॉट अकर, राइट? And this, in this case, this is a special kind of a synapse which is a neuromuscular junction. हम इस neuromuscular junction की बात कर रहे हैं. Then the serine gas आपने अक्सर videos में देखा होगा, especially Syria में जो the war is being going on since the last 10 to 11 years. There were chemical weapons which were used in Syria, and the chemical weapon that is most frequently used is serine gas, which also inhibits acetylcholine esterase. It's a very deadly, very toxic gas, and it inhibits the enzyme. Initially, it causes, again, बिल्कुल ऐसी अगर आप videos देखो आपको नजर आएगा कि it causes twitching of the muscles. It sometimes causes pupils to dilate, and then twitching is followed by respiratory muscle paralysis and a very painful and choking kind of death. आपको लगता है कि आप choke हो के मर रहे हो, right? So it's really very painful, and again it inhibits acetylcholinesterase. आपके दिमाग में ये ख्याल आ सकता है कि when we use insecticides, and insecticides are also inhibiting acetylcholinesterase, तो उससे हमें क्यों नहीं होता? Of course the dose of acetylcholinesterase, like जो dose है insecticide का, जितना कि वो inhibit करता है enzyme को, it's a very small dose which is enough to kill those small crawling insects, cockroaches, etc., but not for human beings. On the other hand, जो आपकी serine gas है, the dose is more and the effect is also magnified. Aluminium, ठीक है, अल्यूमिनियम जो कि यूज होता है अल्यूमिनियम फॉइल में, इन अल्यूमिनियम यूटेंसिल्स, राइट, इट कैन आल्सो एक्ट एज अ न्यूरोटॉक्सिन. नहीं, बहुत ज्यादा अगर हमारी डाइट में अल्यूमिनियम है, इट कैन एक्ट एज अ न्यूरोटॉक्सिन, ठीक है, एंड इट कैन डिपॉजिट इनसाइड आवर ब्रेन. स्लोली ग्रेजुअली वो डिपॉजिट होता रहेगा अल्यूमिनियम, एंड इट कैन इन द लॉन्ग रन इट कैन इनहिबिट योर लर्निंग फंक्शन एंड योर मोटर कोऑर्डिनेशन, स्पेशली अल्जाइमर्स डिजीज में. राइट, अल्जाइमर्स क्या चीज है? जब पेशेंट्स होते हैं अल्जाइमर्स के, बीना अल्जाइमर्स के बारे में पता है? व्हाट इज अल्जाइमर्स?
Yes, miss, it's a brain disease in which you tend to forget a lot about your life.
Exactly, you tend to forget, and the reason a person tends to forget is that aluminum deposits start developing in the brain. And as you can see, मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि the aluminum is used in packaging and preparing food. तो मतलब canned food में ज़्यादा ये पाया जाता है. So those people who are using canned foods. Yes, Fatma, you want to ask something?
Will you please uploading today's recording?
Yes, I will. So if a person is getting aluminum through his food or through any other way, it will be deposited in the brain, and in the long run it can inhibit your learning and your motor coordination, and of course your memory as well. सबसे ज्यादा जो क्वेश्चन आते हैं एग्जाम में वो आते हैं स्नेक वीनम पे, स्नेक टॉक्सिन, ठीक है, द पॉइजन दैट द स्नेक हैज. आपने देखा होगा कि जैसे ही स्नेक बाइट करता है, द पर्सन कैन, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्नेक इट इज, कि कोबरा है या ये है या वो है, द पर्सन कैन डाई. अच्छा, नाउ द स्नेक venom is of different kinds. एक स्नेक पॉइजन ऐसा होता है कि जो पूरी इमीडिएट क्लॉटिंग करता है आपकी ब्लड की, एंड यू नो यू डाई बिकॉज योर ब्लड हैज क्लॉटेड. Then there is another kind of a snake toxin which might inhibit the enzyme acetylcholinesterase and you can die, right? Different तरह के neurotoxins हैं. थोड़ी और भी एग्जांपल मैंने दिए हुए हैं. lead is also a neurotoxin, जो कि leaded petrol में और lead वाली पेंसिल्स में होता है. Alcohol is a neurotoxin. We all know alcohol is a depressant. Glutamate is a neurotoxin. ये जो आपका glutamate है ना, बहुत सारे लोगों को इसका असल नाम नहीं पता. This is MSG, मोनोसोडियम ग्लूटामेट, MSG, जिसको हम चाइनीज में डालते हैं अक्सर रेस्टोरेंट्स में. यू नो दे नेवर कुक चाइनीज विदाउट यूजिंग MSG, मोनोसोडियम ग्लूटामेट. दिस इज आल्सो अ न्यूरोटॉक्सिन. और जिसने भी बहुत सारे लोगों को एक्सपीरियंस होता है व्हेन दे ईट फूड्स दैट कंटेन MSG और ग्लूटामेट, दे डेवलप सिवियर हेडेक. और ये डाला जाता है एज अ, क्या कहते हैं, फ्लेवर ऐड करने के लिए फूड्स में. एंड द रीजन व्हाई द फ्लेवर इज एडेड is that so that we should eat more and more. और आपको बहुत अजीब सी लगेगी ये बात, बहुत सारे लोगों को पता नहीं है कि ये जो आपका MSG है which contains glutamate, MSG, जिसको कॉमन लैंग्वेज में हम वो भी कहते हैं अजीनोमोटो, which is put in Chinese foods. Now when it is put into foods, it increases the flavor, and not only it increases the flavor, you want to also eat more and more of it. यानी आपकी appetite increase हो जाती है. So the reason why you want to eat more and more of it is that your appetite is increased. And why is your appetite increased? Because it is affecting these receptors inside your brain, right? Because again, glutamic acid is a neurotransmitter. जिस तरह से acetylcholine एक neurotransmitter है और हमारे पास अलग से acetylcholine receptors हैं, इसी तरह से we have glutamic acid as a neurotransmitter and we have specific glutamic acid receptors. So it's not a joke कि आप कोई ऐसी चीज खा रहे हैं फूड में जिसकी वजह से वो आपको वो बड़ी delicious लगती है, the aroma changes, the flavor changes, and you want to eat more and more. So this means it's actually affecting your nervous system, right? And we should avoid such things, or we should avoid foods which contain lot of MSG or glutamate. tetanus जो आपका ये बीमारी जो आपको tetanus के injection लगते हैं, that's also a neurotoxin. Tetanus can also lead to excessive muscular contraction followed by muscular paralysis, right? Most of the questions that we get in exams are on the toxins, the snake toxin, venom toxin, right? I'll just share a question with you. I'm just sharing the question. To give you an idea, please look at this question. I'll share my screen so that all of you can see. Okay. This is showing you the picture of a snake, right? The Indian cobra's venom contains a toxin which causes muscle paralysis in mammals bitten by the snake. The toxin acts at cholinergic synapses. We all know what a cholinergic synapse is, right? Suggests ways by means of which the toxin in the cobra venom may cause muscle paralysis. इस तरह का question आ सकता है. Describe the role played by calcium ions in the synaptic transmission. Synapses slow down the rate of transmission of nerve impulses but have an important role in the nervous system. Outline the roles of the synapses in the nervous system. ये हमने नहीं किया है. We will do this next time. But yes, what could be the possible answer to this question? Rinad? Ways by means of which the toxin in the cobra can cause muscle paralysis. Yes, Rinad.
It may inhibit the enzyme acetylcholinase.
Let's look at the answer. Inhibit the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. And let's look at the other points. This is how it will act. See, this is how you're supposed to answer. This toxin may bind to receptors on the postsynaptic membrane. It can stop binding of acetylcholine, inhibiting the depolarization. Okay? So if there is no depolarization, uska matlab hai no action potentials. Right? Because of that, it will stimulate the acetylcholine receptors. So continuous depolarization can occur. Action potentials can open the sodium ion channels. reduces or stops or the recycling of the acetylcholine by the presynaptic neuron, inhibits acetylcholinesterase.
सो मिस यहाँ पे उन्होंने हमें मतलब ओपन चॉइस दे दी है कि क्या कहते हैं हम कोई भी सिनेरियो बना के वेनम को एनी टॉक्सिन की तरह एक्ट करा सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल, वेरी गुड अनस, ओपन चॉइस दी हुई है। ओपन चॉइस इसलिए दी हुई है कि क्वेश्चन में देयर वाज नो इंडिकेशन, ठीक है। अगर क्वेश्चन में इंडिकेशन मिल रहा है तो फिर देन ऑफ कोर्स योर आंसर विल गो इन द सेम डायरेक्शन। लेकिन क्वेश्चन में अगर आपको कह रहे हैं कि भाई ये वो सजेस्ट था ना क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, द क्वेश्चन वाज अ सजेस्ट क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, इसी वजह से we can write anything as you can see in the diagram, and we'll continue tomorrow inshallah. So I'm ending my class right now. Allah Hafiz everybody.
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़ मिस।